Today let's understand what are constant variables and what are comments in C++. So first of all, I'll take up constants in C++. Now, constant variables are those variables whose value does not change during the execution of a program. Right? So, those variables whose value does not change or whose value cannot be changed during the execution of the program are called constant variables. Now we know normal variables, like if I want to declare an integer variable like this, int 8, fine, and here I say rate is equal to 89, and then we have some, let's say, cout statements, right? And after that we write rate is equal to rate plus 9, then again we put cout, and then we write rate is equal to 75, right? Now this program is perfectly fine because this is a normal variable whose value can be changed. Rate is a variable, I can put any value I want into this. It should be an integer value. But supposing I want to take the value of rate as constant, that is, I do not want that the value should be changed during the execution of the program, then I should take it as a constant variable. Now const is the keyword for declaring a constant variable. So the syntax is like this: const, and then we have to give the data type of the variable, and then we have to give the name of the variable is equal to, and then we have to give the value of the variable. So if I write something like this, const int rate is equal to 89, this is a constant variable whose value cannot be changed, right? Now there is one difference here. If you see, when I am declaring a constant variable, this is the declaration of the constant variable, we have to give the value, that is, the assignment is to come along with the declaration here. Whereas in a normal variable, we write it as int rate, and after that we can put it as rate is equal to 89. But here we can't do that. When we declare the variable, along with that the value has to be given, right? So a constant variable can be taken for all the basic data types of C++. Like we can have an integer constant, character constant, float constant, double constant, like this, right? If I want to declare an integer constant, like I did in this case, constant rate is equal to 89. If I want to declare a character constant, then it will be like this. Suppose I say grade is equal to, in single quotes, a, like this. Const float, let's say salary is equal to 9,000.89, something like this. So these kind of declarations can be given for constant variables. If the value of the constant variable is changed during the execution of the program, it will give a compilation error. That is, the user is not allowed to change the value of a constant variable. Fine. So this is all you need to know about the constant variables in C++. Now let's come to comments in C++, comment entries, right? Now there are two types of comment entries. One is a single line comment and one is a multi-line comment. Whatever line you give as comment, that line is not executed. So it is basically, comment is a non-executable code in your program, right? So here if I write hash include iostream.h hash include connew.h, and after that we write int main, and inside main, now here I say 2 slashes like this, and then this is my first program in C++. Fine. After that you write int a1, and here again I give 2 front slashes and I say declaration of integer variable. Fine. And then we will give C in a1, and then we say C out a1, right? After this again I say end of program. Now here I have single line comment entries. The single line comment entries are these statements which starts with 2 slashes like this, right? So wherever the line starts with 2 front slashes, it is a comment entry and it is a single line comment. So this is basically some explanation that you are giving, some documentation kind, which you don't want the compiler to, which you don't want to be executed. This statement should not be executed when the program is executing. So it is basically ignored by your compiler, right? So this is my first program in C++, end of program, and here int a1. After that we have a semicolon. So after that you put 2 front slashes. It is the beginning of a line basically. That line is started with 2 front slash. So that is declaration of integer variable. This is also a comment, right? So wherever we want, we can give single line comment in the program. Now suppose I have written this statement C in a1 or C out a1, right? And later on we feel that this statement is not necessary. Instead of deleting this statement, we can just make this statement as a comment entry, which means this statement will be ignored. So it is equivalent to not being there actually. Fine. So this is a single line comment. Now let's look at multi-line comments. Multi-line comments. It is basically, it starts with slash, colon, asterisk, and then it ends with asterisk and slash like this. So if I want to put a comment like this, which I know will span more than one line, so we can go for multi-line comments. This is a program to accept the marks of 5 subjects, calculate the percentage, and print the percentage along with the grade of the student. Now this is a multi-line comment. Here I have 3 lines. So instead of putting everything separately as a single line comment, we have combined everything into one multi-line comment, right? If you want to put the same thing as a single line comment entry, then for each line you will be writing like this. This is the first line which you will have, and then again you will write this line will come, the calculate the percentage thing, right? The whole line, and along with like this, right? Okay, so these are the two different ways in which we can put comments in C++. So in this session we have seen what are constant variables and how to write comment entries in C++. So with that I'll end today's session. Bye.